Good morning. Welcome to Badboys TV. Looks like these two teams are about to get going. Thanks for tuning in to the Texas Bar Table Championship, coming to you live from the Mayborn Center in Temple, Texas. Sponsored by Dooley's right here in Temple. Grab your cue, go have a brew. They got a really nice place. Great atmosphere. And if you have ever wandered down to Victoria, Texas, make sure you stop by Little Joe's Billiards and Bar. Say hey, tell them Bad Boys sent you. This is the third round on the winner's side. Silver TRU-TEAMS. No Manches versus Tada. I believe we get this match done, and then at 12 o'clock Texas time and 2:30, I think we have two hot seat matches, and then I think that's followed by 5 o'clock is the finals of the bronze teams. So pretty busy day. See what happens. So the No Manches has the blue and white swish across the front of their shirts. And I haven't seen a Tada come across yet, so I'm not sure what they're wearing. I think it's similar, but lighter colors. Let's get this baby going. Hang tight for a second, we'll be right back. Alright, well, I'm ready. Are they ready? Let's see what we got happening. Dun, da, da, da. Dun, da, da, da. They get their practice and their misses done. Hopefully we'll get started. Let's get her going. Come on, folks. Let's get her going. Gonna be a long day. I like to have a little break in between each match. I guess I'll have to go out and tell them to get going. Alright, looks like we're starting. No Manches versus Tada. Still on the winner's side, both teams. After this match, we're going to have the hot seat match. I think back-to-back hot seat matches. I think it's silver and gold, and then, or gold and silver, and then after that we have the finals to the bronze team. That'll complete the full day. And then tomorrow we'll have the finals of everything else. Okay. So when you accidentally move a ball, you, the shooter, do not have the option to put it back. Your opponent has the option to put it back. So technically, they could have called a foul on her for moving the ball. Don't know if he's got a shot on the 2 or not. Must have. Foul. Just fell in that window so it could hit the 6. Smart to break it out though. See where she ends up. Shoot the 13. You could either shoot it with a stop shot and slide the cue ball to the 1, so you got the 10 next, or follow it and end up too low. You gotta shoot that a little bit more go-go. She's gonna go side pocket. Cue ball will maybe hit the 6. Where's it gonna end? Yeah, got a long shot on the 5 or the 6. Could bank the 3 car side. Six ball on the side would bring the cue ball down here towards the 3-7. Getting the 7 out is going to get a little tough. I would shoot this withdrawal, try to get the cue ball on the rail. I like shooting the 15 here, but just gonna just fire that one in. Get around it. Not too hard. You want it just smooth. There you go. Could have been a good result. It should have made it. You could put a headset on, man. Shoot the 1. 3, come down. Hopefully the angle won't put him right on top of the 8. Like that. I have a crystal ball. I'd just kick it into the corner. I wouldn't do this. Nah, I'd have just kicked it into the corner. Because you didn't have to do a whole lot with it. You just shoot over to the right rail, come back. She might have left him the shot. What it was like to be young and not aim at stuff and do any kind of calculating, just kick. Oh, nice shot on the 8 on the other table. No Manches wins that one. Put the ball in front of the pocket. You could get the same result, but put the ball close to the pocket. Especially when you have ball in hand. If you're going to play it safe, you want to do it so that you gain an advantage, not just keep mixing the balls up. Yeah, watch out for a double hit here. He could slow roll this. Oh, he's going to bank it. All right. He could slow roll it and then pinch the cue ball right into the 10 ball, but give yourself a little angle, cut the 15 into the, yeah, I don't like this. I would cut the 15 into the corner. So the cue ball naturally goes out to the middle of the table. So you can shoot, then shoot the 10 in the side and naturally roll for the 8 in the other side. Take the easy route. You shoot this one, then it's real easy to get out of line on the 8 ball. Now we'll see if she's going to draw it back or follow, which increases the miss possibility here. Oh, used all that pocket. Focus on keeping the stroke straight. Put it right in the pocket. There you go. 1-1. Let's switch over to the other table, but yeah, we could do it this way for a minute. It doesn't have both cameras on that one. Whoa, watch out, watch out. Ouch. Alright, we have a score sheet issue. balls look good on this. Solids are probably the better option. But getting that 2-4 broke out, you almost have to do it with the 6. Do it now. Cut the 6 into the corner, 2-rail the cue ball from the bottom rail, left rail, and into those 2. And then the 3 ball, I think you can get onto from the 5. Choices, choices. There he goes. See if he gets a breakout now. There you go. Hang on, hang on. It's a little unfortunate he didn't get a good shot on another ball. Yeah, he did not get a good shot off of those. Could cut the 4 on the side. Gonna have to hit it pretty good. Nice shot. He hit that real nice. Where to go next? Try to pull it over and break out that 3 right now. I would have wanted to roll into that a lot harder. Oh, that's not gonna get nowhere. Ball in hand. I think he just ran the cue over the top of the ball, it looked like. Don't forget to go to bbmerch.shop for some badass Bad Boys merchandise. I'd like to get a shout out to JB Cases, Diamond Billiards, Jerry Olivia, Lipman Lights, Those are our core sponsors. And then our event-specific sponsors, Dooley's here in Temple, Texas, and Little Joe's Billiards and Bar, Victoria, Texas. Stop by, tell them Badboys sent you. A little out of line here, but the one ball's right there you can run into and slow the cue ball down. Manches wins another match on the other table. I don't know why that double clicks. Jude the dude. He's bailing. No, Jude won't get in the booth. It's not one pocket. If it ain't one pocket, Jude can't do it. This might take him right into the 3. Oh! That 14 ball was just a nasty ball. Well, and I don't think he has the angle to get to it here either. But, could try to get the cue ball down here on the lower left side of the table and shoot the 3 off of the 10 ball into the upper right hand corner. That's not as far-fetched as it might sound. Could kick it that way too. Trick is, where are you going to end up at? Huh. I don't think, I'm not sure what he's got planned here. I can tell you this. He's going to be hooked, or should be hooked. But this is a kickable shot. He could go rail first. The funny thing is here, I don't have a telestrator, or I would look at the line between the 3 and the 15 if it goes into that upper right hand corner. He could actually hit this 3 fatter, like up, you know, so that it goes off of the 15 into that corner, and it looks like, to me, like you shoot this with a draw shot, and instead of kicking it like you were going to kick the 3 directly into the pocket, kick it more into the 15. And I think it will trace right to that pocket. So hit the 3 fat. And then to go in that right hand corner. Last thing you want to do is hit it thin. And do it with a draw shot so you don't end up in that corner pocket up there. Yeah, see, he didn't even move the 15. I think it would have went off of the 15. But obviously I'm not up there at the table, so I'm just going off of visual data that I have from this end of the table. Well, he has committed to run out. You could have played a safe off of the ball up there at the top of the rail. Chose not to. Came down a little too far for the 14, but still should be just fine. This is a stop shot, or go to the rail and come back out a little. And then this is natural. And I don't mind shooting this and coming all the way to the right rail. I'd rather not, but I don't have to force shape on this ball. Oh, gotta get around the 8. I think that was just I would have had a little spin on it. I would have been coming below the 8. I wouldn't have wanted to stay above the 8. It's first round in the morning. Both teams seem to be playing just a little sluggish. Might be a long match. Woe is me. Interesting here. Me, I'm shooting the 3 all the way up. But there are other options. You could bank the 3 cross corner. Just roll the cue ball far enough forward to get the hook. And try to play for ball in hand or a better shot. Because if you do shoot this, if you don't shoot it with the right English and the right speed and you miss, you could sell out. Now, you could also shoot this with the right English, go shoot it all the way up in the corner, shoot it with enough speed that it goes to the left rail, all the way to the right rail, and then all the way back to the left rail, about where the first diamond is before the side pocket going up on the left side. Oh, I hit that a little too hard. Yeah, a little hard. He gave him sight on the ball. Looks like he's going to try to thin this and put the cue ball on the bottom rail. Not a big fan of that one. This is a fairly simple cross corner bank. I'm not sure why I didn't try thinning the 14 towards the 3 and just putting the cue ball behind the 8. Oh, yeah. See, I'm way more aggressive. To me, the cross corner bank was right there, and you could spin that ball up table and pretty much get the cue ball wherever you want to go on the table. Here, he's allowed his opponent a shot at winning the match, he's also given him a great opportunity to just play a safe. And he could also do this 2 ways. Well, he did not get away. Huh. If you want to shoot it for the pocket, shoot that so that you draw the cue ball over to the right side rail and come back across the table so you can hook your guy on the 8. I'm not sure if he was trying to play safe there or make the pocket. Oh. Well, at least he has him jacked up. Yeah, it does. It does seem like they're a little wound tight this morning. Nerves on the TV table. Alright, so I do believe this is their second timeout used in the match. Looked like there was a timeout used in the other game too. And the other team has used a timeout. So I think Manches has only got 1 timeout left for the rest of the match. And Tada's are used up 1, so they only have 2 left. You only get 3 timeouts for the entire match. You can use them all in the same game if you want. A little farther, there you go. That's been the best shot in a while here. Nice hit. And a nice return. Look at that. The level of pool in this match just raised up 2 notches on the last 2 shots. Very nice. Very nice. I don't think he called a pocket, did he? Huh. I put the 3 ball, or the cue ball next to the 3. Well, you could go this way too, but I'd put the cue ball next to the 14, shoot the 3 in the upper left-hand corner, and just roll towards the side so I could shoot the 8 in the right side. Because that shot there, although it worked out, could very easily stray to the side pocket or be too much or be a miscue. Alright, Tada wins the game 2-2. These tables are twice as long as they are wide. Chat room. 3.5 by 7. Regulation table. Regulation means it is twice as long as it is wide. The plane surface is 40 inches wide from tip of rubber to tip of rubber and 80 inches long from tip of rubber to tip of rubber. Does it go by? That is the question. It looks extremely tight if it does. She's going to give it a shot. Well, she didn't miss it by much. She caught the point. And then she's not as in bad shape as you might think either, because she could shoot at that 9 with a little bit of low left spin and double kiss off of it and put it in the pocket. Oh. Huh. Yeah. Every man wishes that was true, Jason. See, I might have gone for that shot because he could just shot. He could have shot straight into the 9, and just give the cue ball just even just shoot the cue ball at 9 o'clock and shoot straight at the 9. If you get a double kiss, you don't. It doesn't change position. If the 9 moves towards the pocket, it's just good for you. But the 5 is going to stay right where it's at. Basically, you're just double kissing the 9, but you're going to put a lot of left-hand spin on it. So when it hits the rail, it throws the 9 to the right just a little, and when the 9 comes off the rail, it's going to hit the cue ball halfway instead of straight on like when you shot it, and that will push the 9 towards the pocket too. Yeah, just do the same thing here. Hit the cue ball at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I don't like this. You could have shoot the cue ball to hit the 9 ball, hit the cue ball at 9 o'clock, and you'd get a little bump up. You'd just be getting a little bit of separation and the 9 ball moving closer to the pocket. Well, what they're going to do now. I am streaming right now. Again. Put the cue ball right on the... Yeah, this will work too. Get separation, but they're just going to push your 9 right back up against the 5. Uh-oh. Oh. go. You left that makeable, and a little jump over the edge of the ball makes that a winner if you didn't give it to him already. So yeah, with the ball in hand there, I would have done, the shot I was explaining a while ago. Because you leave the 5 where it is, and it moves the 9 closer to the hole, which would also leave it really tough for your opponent to do something with that. This, you basically leave a mass A, or even just to me it looks like less than a quarter ball jump, so a jump shot would be super easy here. Yep. Yeah, this match is going really slow. Oh, wow. You could not be any luckier on that particular shot. To not hit the 9, to not scratch, to not sell out the 9. Pretty wild. The cruelty of pool. What are we doing? Yeah, you guys are supposed to be playing continuous pool, so the next match should start, and if one of the people are playing in this match, then you start the next match. If you don't, what you're going to do is you're going to end up delaying this tournament big time, and that's not fair to everybody else. She's not going to go wide enough unless she puts a lot of English on it. Okay, so what you guys want to do here is go from dead center of the cue ball to dead center where the cue ball would be if it was hitting the 9 right where you want it to be. Then go halfway on that line from the cue ball to that spot, halfway on that line, then point to the upper left corner with your cue. Then just move over parallel till you get to the cue ball. Just keep the cue parallel, and that would be your spot to shoot. And on a bank shot, if you shoot it with any speed, just hit it with maybe a half of a tip or a quarter of a tip to the right of dead center. All right, let's get some matches going, folks. Both tables. Let's get them going. And I do believe I'm missing a score. What are we doing? Come on, folks. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Put a little pep in the step. Got stuff to do. Tournaments to play. Matches to win. Yeah, I think I'm off on the score. Yeah, if they're not playing, neither one, if one of these tables isn't playing Scotch right now, then I'm missing a win. And they should not be playing Scotch right now if they sat and waited at the other table. The only wait should have been for singles matches. So I sent a message out there to see if we can get somebody to check the score. Somehow we missed the game. Should be 6 completed games if they're done with Scotch. So yeah, they're about a game behind schedule here after I get this score of the game I missed. Jacked up. Watch out for the double hitter. That's foul. That's foul. Give up ball in hand. Yep. No. You better turn. Yeah, better let him know it's ball in hand. What are we waiting on, folks? What are we doing? Seriously? Come on, man. You know you fouled. understand what happened there. That was a foul. Pretty sure the kid knows he fouled by his demeanor. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened there, but if you foul like that, you should just pick up the cue ball and hand it to your opponent. Integrity of the game is all you got. Okay, now I'm totally confused with what's going on there. Isn't that the pocket he's shooting it in? It counts. Hey, babe. Yep, just shoot the 7 all the way up. I do the draw shot. There you go. Not exactly where you want to be, but turn around, shoot the 2 with a little bit of a draw shot. And really, if you can get closer to the rail, great. If not, you don't have to force it because you can shoot the 5 and go over and back pretty easily. Bonnie. I did do an old man thing there. Oh, my bad. These guys are playing silver. So that explains a lot. It's actually only erased at 12. So. Race to 10, not 12. Silver division. That's why they only have 5 games. So the score is correct. Because in the race to 10, they play less double matches. And that's why there's more weights. Alright, here we go. Looks like he's going to go cross-side. Maybe not. Well, now I'm shooting the 11 ball because of where the 14 is. I'm not shooting that 14. The 11 ball or the 13 ball. No, it's the 11 ball. 11 ball, you just shoot it. You don't have to do anything. See, he shoots this, he has to draw, and then you still have a weird angle on the 11. Shoot the 11, it comes straight over there. You're set, and then you got the cue ball going back to the 8 ball side. So you had to force it. It works, but it could also just jack up just as quick. It's 3 timeouts for the entire match. In the whole race. The whole race to 10. You only get 3 timeouts per side. Three to 3. Nice shot. Get a bump. Perfect. Perfect. A little more bump would have been nice, just so you're not so close to your work, but that works out pretty good. Okay, so the rules are in Scotch double play and all the double plays, you have open communication. The non-shooter cannot approach the table. However, there are 3 timeouts per team in the entire race. So in the race to 10, your team can only call 3 timeouts. You could call them anytime you want. When a timeout is called, the coach can come to the table. Now, if you happen to call a timeout and there are no timeouts left, it's ball in hand on both tables for your opponents. So, there is that. I do find it funny, though, that people get a little bent on the timeout stuff, yet look at the Moscone Cup, and the pros are going and chatting. No, Manches wins that one. Take a 4-3 lead. So, yep, that's the rules. And I am working on writing rules just for our events. Mostly because I assisted in writing the rules for CSI, and they are starting to make changes that I disagree with. So, we will keep the rules that CSI originally had that were good. We'll fix a couple that weren't so good. And because of the way we're changing format styles and stuff, the rules have to match up with our style. Yeah, I had a couple guys come into this event. When they entered online and they clicked the button that said, hey, did you read the player guide? And it said yes, and the score sheets are on the player guide. And they came in and they were very upset that they had no idea what the format was for the teams. However, both people that had a cow and made a scene came up after their match and said, I really like this format. So, yeah, don't knock it till you try it. And then if you don't like it after, hey, you know, I don't like asparagus. There you go. It's okay. You don't have to like it. You don't have to play. But I do encourage you to at least give it a try. Big shout out to Dooley's here in Temple. Grab your cue, go have a brew. Enjoy the atmosphere. Little Joe's Billiards and Bar in Victoria, Texas. They got diamonds. Personally, just go to the places that have diamonds. Those are the better places. They care about what their players are playing on. We're going to change the schedule up a little bit for the next event. The next event here. This event next year here. We are going to change up the schedule just a little bit. Right now I'm leaning towards the first weekend, the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of doing 9-ball and 10-ball and wheelchair division. I have to talk to the VA and see if we can get some assistance on the wheelchair division and some other people to see if we can get a big enough draw for that. And then kind of go back towards the old schedule a little bit, where we do Scotch Devils on Monday and Tuesday, and the 8-ball singles on Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the teams on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That way, those that love the traditional 8-ball Scotch and teams can just come Monday to Sunday. And then those that want some extra blood can come play the 9-ball and 10-ball on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's our thought. We'll do a little more mapping it out and see how it fits. And just so everybody knows, we will put limits on how many people we get at this event. We don't want mass crowds. If it's too crowded, it's no fun. We want players to enjoy their time here. We like the players to be able to play some matches during the day, play some minis in the evening. We're going to talk to a lot of the bars through Texas and see if they want to run some qualifiers. So always changing to make it better is our goal. Perfection is tough to find, and we've still got a long way to go to get there. We're also considering doing an event in January in Harker Heights, Texas. Do it a little bit more old style. Have women's singles, and then maybe even handicap it so they're all in one division, because the skill level is so far apart. And then maybe have 3 mixed divisions. Maybe have some Jack and Jill doubles, some any 2 doubles. And then traditional teams, where you had the 5-man player and you played a race to 13. Just some thoughts. Hop on Facebook. Let us know what you think. Was that done Tada? Well, my iPad went dead, so I can't replay. Was that done Tada that won on? Let's see. Come on. see who's walking away here. Yes, Tada got that one. You got a hell of a match going. Whoop. Double click, double click. 4-4. Yikes. But sometimes it surprises me when they shoot it that hard. Be careful here, you'll follow it in off the 3. There you go. Somebody out there is happy about a made shot. If you play out of a bar and you want them to do some qualifiers for these kind of tournaments, talk to them. Tell them to get a hold of us. We'll sponsor them. Put their names on our event shirts. The winners of every division gets a jacket. Their names would go on there, and we talk about them on the stream. Let's help each other. When we are advertising tournaments like this, even if you don't want to come, you should share that advertisement and tell your friends in case they want to come play. The more people I can get here to a limit, the easier it is for us to get more sponsors, and then we can add more money to the event. The more successful events we have, the more events we can create. Texas is big enough. I would love to be in a position where we do an East Texas, South Texas. This is a Central Texas as far as I'm concerned. Maybe a tournament down in Odessa. Maybe the Victoria range. This event. Maybe one out in the Amarillo area. Just do a Texas tour kind of thing. See what happens here. Okay, so I just want to point this out. That's why I said let's see what happens here. She aimed, put her cue down on the rail, and moved her body into position. And it's weird because I saw 2 younger players earlier this week do the exact same thing, and almost every single time when they did that, they hit the ball fatter than they wanted. So instead, when you go to aim those long, tough shots, find the spots you want to shoot it. You want the cue ball to hit the 8 ball. Stand in line, go get your body in position, and then bring your cue down into line instead of the opposite way. Give it a try, see what happens. But it's funny because I was talking to Bonnie about that yesterday. I've really never seen players do that where like their body's not even close to in position, but like they'll stick the cue over what they think is in line, and then they move their body into position, into the cue, instead of line your body up and bring your cue into line for the position. Just a thought. If you go back and watch that shot, I think you'll understand what I'm saying. This shot here, I'm just cutting the 13 into the corner nice and easy. The cue ball should go over and back, and if it happens to travel forward, you're probably going to shoot it in the side, the left side. If you go too far, you could shoot it in the upper right or the right side. If it holds line, like I would shoot this with like a half a tip of right hand spin, just a half a tip. The forward momentum would take it. It should go over between the right side pocket, between the first diamond and the side pocket, and then right back towards the 8-ball. You could shoot it with a little bit inside and make sure that you end up on the lower side of the 8-ball. But I think I would try to stay up above, shoot it just enough to make the ball. Just cut the 13 right into the corner here. Because if you miss and you keep the cue ball above the 8, you're blocking the pocket for the 8. If it goes in, then you got a shot in that pocket. But that's just me. Everybody plays a little different. Also, the more sponsors I get, then we can afford to have more commentators, and y'all won't have to listen to me talk to myself. Dwayne. The staff here is just awesome. You ever want to do an event in the Temple, Texas area, check out the Mayborn Center. What was that? Just a cruise through the match body that just walked by? I think I'm going to bring back streakers. Oh, look at this. Go sit down. Tap, tap. Oh, my Lord. I've seen some crazy shots on this table this week. Shoot the 8 in the upper right-hand corner. Nice and easy, not too hard. Just like that. That's crazy. Crazy, I say crazy. Well, I missed 2-1 on that one. So, let me... Damn it. Anybody see who won on the other table before? Yeah. Alright, so I'm off on the score. Maybe I am. I think no Manches got it, but... By default, no Manches would have won that lag anyway, because Tada did not shoot the lag shot before no Manches hit the end rail. I'm going to mark this, but I think that's the score. I'm going to see if I can get somebody to go check for me, because I think I missed one. I might not have, but oh hell, I can't. I don't know. Somebody check for me. I can barely handle one table at a time. Doing two is tough. It's tough, tough, tough. Alrighty. Alright, Jacob. You could be totally right. I think what I did was score it, then go to the single table. And then when the single table finished, thought I missed the score. Oh. Did he get it? And did he get it enough that he could shoot this with just a wee bit of draw? Just a wee bit. Put a little wee bit of draw in there and clip it. You don't want to hit the 10 head on. You want to just kind of clip it just a little bit. And you don't want to shoot this very hard. Like if you could just clip the 10, like maybe hit a fourth of it, then it should hit the rail, hit the 5, and come up off of the 5 just enough to go into the left corner. And the cue ball should, oh, see, you hit that too heavy. Well, there is a 3-railer into the right side pocket. You bank the 10 like you were going to bank it in the upper left corner, but you want the 10 to hit just before the side pocket. And then it would go in the right side pocket. Yep. I really don't see any other shots. Now you could just bump the 10 to the rail, trying to get the cue ball to roll up under the 5 or the 3. Put it under the 3. But that's a tough ask. We could put into the rules that you could ask one super timeout. So you get 3 timeouts, but one of them could be a super timeout. You'd be like, can I use my super timeout? And your super timeout just means you could ask anybody in the room for coaching. Yeah, this'll work. Go off the rail, off the 3. I wouldn't do it with inside English, though. I'd want to spin it. Look at this. Get in the hole. Just a little harder. And a little harder would have cleared the 8 for the same pocket. The 3 ball would have moved a little further up table. That's about how much harder he needed to hit it to get the 10 to go. The 8 would have had a straight end shot. You bet you like the super timeout? I do too. I'm selfish though. I just want the super timeout, hoping somebody would come ask me. Be like, hey commentator, can you come tell me what to shoot here? Oh, look at this. What a roll. What a roll. To hit that so thin that you catch the point and have the cue ball go back up on that side of the table. And this is just should be just a nice little shot. The 7 blocks the cue ball from scratching. Don't have to do anything fancy, just shoot it in the pocket like that. And see, Mr. Cole, I had the score right, I just had it early. Told you guys I had a crystal ball. Six to 4, race to 10. One will go to the loser side of the bracket. The other will go another round into the winner side. You can go to player.bracketbeast.com to check out the brackets. Oh, man. Let's see, this is a silver. Let's look at the silver bracket. it's funny because on the admin side of the turnout software, it's listed in our stuff one way, and then this one it's listed just the opposite. Alright, so the winner of this one plays at noon, and if they can win again, they play on the TV table at 2:30 for the hot seat. So it's possible we could see one of these two teams again today. Well, he had to talk that one in. Or she had to talk that one in, my bad. When I say he, I just mean pool player. That's a pool player pronoun, just saying. Because half the time I can only see their feet, so until they walk into view. And I know y'all don't want me to call anybody pee-pee for pool player, so. Nice shot. Jacked up over ball is always a tough shot to shoot. Well, I don't think she could shoot the 3 and get, I think she would miss the 15 ball. I would probably shoot the 4 ball here and try to come up, shoot with a little bit of inside English, trying to get the cue ball to come up and hit the 13 up table. Well, you could do the 2 here, but I still want to move that. Okay, get up a little more. Yeah, I wanted to move the 13 so I could have a little more angle to get on the 5, but she got there. It's just a little steeper cut in the side than you might want. However, I don't think they have to worry about anything. Just let it roll forward. I think the 4 ball. Come on, there you go. Now the 4 ball. Actually, and if she shoots this 4 ball, or 7 ball, my bad. Is that 4 or 7? That might be the 4. I think it's the 4. Shoot the 4 in the lower left corner. Could be the 7. My eyes are old, so shut up. Shoot the 7 in the lower left with a little bit of spin and go up and hit that 13. You might hit it in, or the 11, hit it in a way that puts you over by the 6. See? Oh, just as I called it. She hit that nice. She hit that very, very nice. There is no ladies event in this tournament. Nope. Not in this one. This event is all based on skill level, which in return, so here's the thing. People get all mad at me because I did that, but, and I'm going to have a tournament with women's divisions, but by eliminating just women's divisions and playing the whole tournament on skill level, what now has happened is we now have more teams popping up in that particular skill level. That's where a lot of the women fall. It's just skill level based. Now also, they get to have longer races. Because in the old days, everybody went, oh, the women play slow, the women play slow, and they just kept shortening the races and shortening the races. And really what it is, it's not women playing slow, it's just that skill level takes longer to win games. Last year in that division, the women, I think the women were first and second in that division, and there were all men teams too. But I do believe it was an all women's team for first and second, I think, and it might even have been a mixed team that took third. So, and then in singles, you know, same thing, bigger division. And the skill level is more matched. The problem is, right, is if you go women only, a tournament like this, you bring it, even if you bring in 30 players. I mean, I think we were averaging around 30, 35 players maybe. The skill level is so far apart that, it was 3 or 4 women were always going to finish in the top 2 or 3, always. So everybody else was shooting for 3rd place or lower. It was huge skill differences. So, I don't know. That's what I was saying. I think we're going to do an event in January. I think we will bring back women's division, but I think we'll handicap it because I want them to have a bigger division. And it needs to be competitive in order for the division, for enough people to sign up. And then doing that, they'll get bigger payouts and I think have more fun. It has to get boring playing the same. Wow, jacked up. What a shot. That was just sweet. Jacked up and just shoots that shot in like it's nothing. Hell of a shot. It's got to be boring playing the same 15, 20 women every year and every time. For a long time, we just knew, in the early days it was going to be Melinda Bailey or Ricky Casper, or there was like 4 or 5 women that you just always knew they were going to be in the top 2 or 3. And then the numbers, after a couple years of, the lower skilled people coming in and just getting crushed and destroyed and having no shot, they just quit coming. So the numbers kept getting lower and lower. So we had to make adjustments. I also believe, my opinion, that you don't have 800 skilled women players because they still haven't learned the game. I don't think physically there's much difference between a guy and a woman on a pool table. I don't think there's any, really. I mean, I can argue, strength. Yeah, I know some pretty weak male players. Height doesn't really matter because look at the Filipinos. I mean, there's focus. That argument's been proven wrong so often. But what I do think is the women don't play all the games. You go to leagues, they're either playing 8-ball or 9-ball. You go to professional pool, they are only playing 9-ball. They're not playing straight pool, which teaches you a ton of stuff. One pocket in straight pool probably teach you, like one pocket will teach you patience and to strategize much better. Straight pool will teach you how balls break out. It will teach you under pressure, because every time you go to the table in straight pool, it's a pressure shot. You miss, you might not shoot again for an hour, right? I mean, your opponent gets up there and runs 40, 50, 60, 70 balls. That's big time. And you go up to the table cold. So you learn a lot more different things from playing straight pool. And I think that's probably, and then, there's women that, I've seen Jeanette Lee play straight pool. Karen Core was playing straight pool and playing with the top of the field. I think she took second out in New York in straight pool tournaments against the guys like Earl and Shane and all those guys. But she had to play it for a while, and wicked shooter, but she had to play it for a while to be even competitive. So, Lincoln City, Oregon is a great example. We got the 4-ball here. Got to watch out. Oh, my bad. I thought he was shooting the 4. There you go. Not paying attention, folks. Lincoln City, Oregon is a great example of how they used to get about 133 women, and I think they divided them into 3 divisions, I think, maybe 2, and 700, 600 guys. Well, now they've thrown them all into one division, and we split it skill level into 6 divisions for tournament play. The women have won the bronze 2, the silver 2, the silver 1, and the gold division. The only divisions they haven't won is the platinum division and the elite division, which in the elite is like 625 skill level and up, or 650 and up, whatever it was. And I promise you, the women are getting better. They're getting way more confidence now. There's nothing funnier than listening to a guy complain about playing a woman. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious to me. No, it's not really fair to some of the women, because some of those guys have been total jerks, but yeah, grow up. But yeah, I do believe the women are getting much stronger. That's a tough kick to do, because you're kind of jacked up a little bit. You're going into a rail, and I think she had to give it a little bit of right, because I think she had to shoot away because of where the ball was, because she would not have had a rail to hit because of the pocket. Tough shot. No Manches is up at both tables. Does the 14, well, I guess it goes in the side, but if it does, you don't want to run into the 3 ball, which I think he just set himself up to do. You gotta be real careful here. I think he wanted to hold that cue ball, so you're shooting the 14, not touching the 7 or the 3. You could go all the way over to the rail, and at that point, you could go all the way to the rail with right hand spin, hit the rail, and then go above the 7, coming back across. But this way, I don't think I want to break up the 3-6 for one, but it's a little funky there. And that could have ended really bad, but I think he's okay. Good shape here. I might hit this with a little stun, just like that. That way I could shoot this with a draw shot. With that angle, I hit the 13 in the corner, cue ball goes to the right rail, comes off the right rail. I want it to stop about in front of the side pocket. He may be a little younger than me and better eyes. I want to be closer to the 8. Nice shot. They're now leading 7-5. Pulling away now. Pulling away. Somebody want a game out there. Oh, ho, ho. Ouch. Can't really give up anything. Although the one may cut into the corner. Looks like a young guy. He's got the eyes. He could see this. Hit this with a little straight up draw. Maybe just a little bit of left hand spin on it. So he goes back to the right side, just below the side pocket, comes back over here between the 8 and the 15 to either get shape on the 3 or the 2 on the other side. Oh, he shot it soft. Didn't go for shape at all. Okay. I think the 9 goes by the 1. It's got to be pocket speed, though. Because he's going to hit the rail before he hits the pocket. You want to shoot this very easily. Very easily. Yep. Just like that. They're getting tougher. Getting tougher. I might shoot the 13 and try to come down and get the 15 next, but he's going to, well, the 11. I can't see the difference between 11 and 13 until 10 ball in the upper right. Now you're going to make it tough. You're going to have to get on that 15 with the last shot you got to do it with. Not sure why he shot that hard. Pocket speed would have got you there. That comes with seasoning, I think. I'm just going to bank this 2 just above the 10 and 3. Enough that I could make it in this corner and just set it up as a breakout ball. You do so, you're going to put the cue ball on the right side of the 15. So that particular shot, I don't think you gain anything. The balls are basically laying the same. My intention when I go to the table is to gain something. So either I end up blocking one of their balls, preventing them from running out, or I get a breakout shot leveraged. See, he gained something there because the 1 was makeable. And now it's only makeable from one side, plus his ball is makeable. The separation was good. Now if the 1 goes by there, and he can make it, he still gained something because the bank on the 2 has always been there, and there's no breakout for the 5. And now his ball is definitely open, so... Now here at the table, I want to either position the 2 so that I have a breakout. Yeah, see, he left him a shot. Now, he doesn't have a breakout, but he could get himself in position to break out. If he would have banked the 2 so that he moved it to the left side of the table and above, and so there's a breakout shot on the 5-10, the cue ball would have been way more to the right, and only leaving him a bank shot on either one of his balls. So now you're doing the 2. And he really didn't have much choice there. He doesn't want to break out the 10-5, and he didn't want to give up ball in hand. I'm pushing this 2 down here by the 3-5 and putting the cue ball, try to put the cue ball, oh no. Oh, he got lucky there. He got very lucky there. However, this 10 ball is cuttable, I think, in the right corner, right lower corner. Maybe not. If it's not, then he got super lucky. think it is. Is it froze against it? I'd be tempted to bank that back to where the cue ball is, in that corner. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, don't get down here too far. I probably would not have pulled that back at all, just because if it was a stop shot, it would be 3-ball and automatically rolling towards the left side of the 8 to shoot it in the side. Wow, I was lucky too. Total miscue. I have no idea what's happening on the other table. I do not know who won the other game. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. Little Joe, that owns Little Joe's Billiards and Bars, actually 83. Just been informed. Holy crap. That man can play for 83. Some bitch. He good. He really good. I hope I live that long. And his stroke is just priceless. He still has a great stroke. Alright, so now I'm going to try to wind this back. Well, I don't think I can because I was on the solo table. So, honestly, yeah, I'll send somebody to go do a score check. I don't know if it's 9-5 or 8-6. I do believe a match finished on the other table that I wasn't watching, unless they were waiting to do a scotch. I'm sorry, Joe. Give you credit where credit's due. Maybe he said the pool hall's been around for 74 years. I'm not sure. Or he's been playing pool for 74 years. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it's possible he could have started at 9 years old. He's got a stroke like he's been doing it since from the womb. Alright, they're over there looking at the score. Somebody over there tell us what the score is, please. Seven. Are you sure, Nate? The color shirts are way too good. We're going to go with Nate. Oh, yeah. The wife says it's 7-7. I don't know anything. Oh, and then the keyboard dies. Come on. There we go. Come on, keyboard. Alright, we'll do it this way. Come on. I gotta get batteries for the keyboard. Alright, there we go. Good Lord. I guess they're waiting for doubles match on that table. Hmm. 83 years old. Wow. That's strong. One of the nicest guys in the pool industry, too. Uh-oh. Yvette's getting froggy in the chat room. She's starting to redact comments. She's picking on me. It was something like, Jesus Christ, man, you're just commentating and all you gotta do is track the score. Can't get that right. 83. Little Joe Espindola is 83. I've been saying he was 74. Maybe I misunderstood and he said he's been playing pool for 74 years, but he has Little Joe's in Victoria, Texas. So I've been informed he's 83. Go back and watch his Scotch match. He's still got a beautiful stroke. It's like watching Ken Griffey Jr. swing a baseball bat. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to shoot the 15 in the upper left-hand corner so that I have a better angle. Then I'm going to follow that up by shooting the 13 into the 1, making the 1 and rolling the cue ball up towards the right side pocket. That's the shot I'm going to shoot. Yeah, Little Joe is a cool dude. See, I don't like this. I mean, it'll work. But I wanted the 13 to be closer to that pocket because it's an easy breakout on the 9 if the 13 is by the lower right pocket. For example, if you wanted to, if you shot the 15 and you want to make the 9 or the 1 into the lower right corner, you could have used that to break out the 9 if you wanted to. I wouldn't, but I'd have left it there so that I could on a later shot. But if you shoot the 13, make the 1, leave the 13 right there against the rail by the pocket, then all you had to do is get up table and he could do that and break out the 9. Make it, break out those balls. Now, breaking out that 9 is extremely tough. Here, I'm probably going to call a save, thin the 13, maybe even overcut it, and try to get the cue ball on the backside of this 8 ball. No harder than that, though. Digging that hole. No, it's 7-7, and right now, I believe they are. Yeah, they're only playing on one table because of Scotch match. So one of the players that's playing on this table will be playing in the Scotch match too. So which really they should be playing a singles match if they could the following match. I'm not looking at a score sheet, so but yeah, this format has team play along with Scotch doubles play. Well, he cleared the 9 for you. So cut this 12 into the side pocket. I don't understand that because I think I'm gonna look real close here. But to me, that 13-9 was an easily makeable combo into the side pocket, and now he's taken that away from himself. If you just, yeah, that's the right shot there for sure. And he gave it to you. Gave you a gift. And the bad part is the 9 and 13 that were an easy combo now are tough because yeah, you could cut the 9, you can make the 9 in either corner, but then you got to do a little bit to get on the 13. So either you got to bump it, and hopefully you're on the right side of it and it bumps into a position you can use, or you got to draw back, and you could easily get in trouble if you're on the top side. On the lower side, as long as you don't nudge it, right? Like if you shot the 9 and nudged the 13 just a little as you drew back and it rolls up on the 3, just more difficulties could arise from the situation. We'll see what happens. And you're not going to be in a good position here. Can you make the 12? If you can make the 12, you can get over there. Because right now, it's not a great thing. You almost want to go all the way over to the rail. No, you're good. The reason being is you want to shoot this 9 with a little bit of speed, because then you could shove that 13 into cleared area. If you just nick it, you're gonna shove it into the 3, not have a shot. I'd probably hit this with draw, but just very little draw. Like just a little below dead center, because I want the cue ball to hit that 13. I have to force that 13 to move, and it needs to move with a little bit of speed. Like that, but he didn't get any draw. He kind of rolled forward. He's still okay. Cut that in the side. Now you cut this in the side, you hit this cue ball at 9:30, maybe even 8:30. So you got to draw around. You want to go between the 2 and the 7 with the cue ball off that rail. So you need to pull it down, which is what the draw is for, and the left hand spin, which will throw it even farther up table. Yeah. You got lucky. You got unlucky. But he didn't get much draw in there, so he nicked the 2. You had to make sure you clear the 2. You got lucky to get around it, but got unlucky and scratched. Oh. Automatic shape here. Cut it thin. Roll down to one diamond off the rail, about where the side pocket is, and you got a nice little straight end shot. Okay, not off the rail at all, but still makeable shot. Sometimes these young kids don't listen. It would be so much easier if they just listened to me, but no, gotta do it their own damn way. Alright. I think that's done Tada, right? I think that's my problem is I'm not identifying the shirt correctly. God damn it. Yeah, that's done Tada's shirt. Yeah. I'm gonna blame it on the shirt. My poor vision. Has nothing to do with the fact that I struggle keeping track. Race to 10. Done Tada needs 2. No, Manches needs 3. Balls are going nothing. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 balls. Nothing on the break. Ouch. Big shout out to Dewey's. Telling you guys, you gotta go by there. If you're here at the tournament, at least stop by today when you get a break. Just tell them Badboys sent you. Check the place out. At least pop your head in there. You owe them that much just for being a sponsor of the event. Might end up being a new favorite hangout when you're in town. Pet peeve, pet peeve. Anybody know what the pet peeve on that was? He was chalking over the table. So a lot of people will go, oh, the table's rolling off. And we'll go to the table and we'll check the levels and nope, be right on the money. And a lot of times it's because somebody chalked over the table. And I don't know if any of you have ever paid attention, but put your tip over a napkin and then chalk it just like you do. Also, a lot of people put too much chalk on their tip. Put a napkin in front of the cue ball and break and see how much. Or you put the cue ball dead center of a napkin, chalk up and break. Or shoot that cue ball and see how much chalk lands on that napkin. That's just stuff you're putting on the surface for your ball to roll over. Try it, check it out. You'll be surprised how much ends up there. Well, 12 must go. I thought he was going to have to break those out a little bit, but maybe not. Yeah, go on the other side. 13's in trouble. Does the 15 go on the other side? Yeah. I was surprised he didn't break it out earlier. Problem is, you're going to shoot the 13 and end up above the below the 14 here. You almost have to shoot the 14, but you're jacked up over the 13, so you can't pull back for the 15. So, shoot the 13 in the side. You know, hit the cue ball at 3 o'clock. It should come down here between the center diamond and the left diamond like that, and right back towards the balls. That's what he needed to do. Now, can he shoot the 14 in the side and just roll up and nudge the 4 so he can shoot the 13 in the lower left? I'd just like to point out how well I call shots with spin and stuff. I can't always call what shot they're going to shoot because the skill level of all these players and the craziness of how they do stuff. I don't know. Getting a leave off of that shot may have been tougher than just slow rolling the 14 into the side and getting a shot. It's not the chalk's fault. I would say he has a nice stroke and a nice follow through, but he's got to loosen the grip. I think the grip on his cue is too tight. Kid's going to be dangerous someday. As long as he keeps his brain in check, he'll be good. That's the hardest part for the youngins, as their skill levels jump up and then decline. So as the life of most pool players is you work at your game, and all of a sudden you get this nice leap of ability, but then you'll add something, and it will harm your game for a while until you get used to it. And that harm of your game, or the decline in your game while you're getting used to it, can really mentally mess up a player sometimes. That, and if you get to a certain level and you get cocky, and then a big dog comes in and starts beating on you, and then you lose a little bit of that confidence, but you still have the cockiness. In all honesty, sometimes that's fun to watch, because it's like, yeah, you kind of should not have been so cocky to start with. But unfortunately for the younger ones, it's just a way of life. And sometimes you just have to get knocked off the stool. The chalk over the table. Oh, that was a lot of movement there. Kind of turned his body a little. I do believe it goes off the 3. It might go straight in. But if it does, I would like to just take it off the edge of the 3, if that's the case. Just because I can control the cue ball a little better off the 5. Yeah, that was my fear right there. Oh. Oh. Pat. Every mistake on a pool table is a learning opportunity, but not if you don't mentally check yourself. Some people get so mad. I got a couple of friends, they lose, you can't even talk to them for an hour, and it's just like, dude, you got to get over that. You made a mistake. What'd you do wrong? Did you turn an elbow? Did you tighten up your grip? What did you do wrong? You did something wrong. You didn't clear the brain. You didn't follow through. You didn't take your time. You didn't do your pre-shot routine wasn't the same. Or your opponent just straight up outshot you. But I don't get the people that get frustrated or nasty or mean because they lose. I don't think they benefit from their losses, where other people who go, okay, yeah, you earned it, or, I made this mistake. A person that loses a match and then you go, good game, man. And that's what you're supposed to do, right? And you win. And then they go, oh, you want to gamble? You want to step outside? You want to, I'll play anything for anything? Zero respect for those people. I won't play you because you're not worth my time. It's not that I'm afraid of you. I just played you and I beat you. And you're not man enough to just take the beating you got and move on. Those people don't deserve any respect. 9-7. Pressure's building. Tada needs 1. No Manches needs 3. As long as I had the score right. Pool is such a mental game. You have to have the physical stuff, but the mental part is affected. Or I mean, the physical part is affected by your mental part of the game. If mentally you can't hold your focus or hold your emotions, you can really damage your game physically. Like it's just like you tighten your grip when you're agitated, or you don't follow through, or just so many little aspects of, because the precision to play good pool is so, you have to be so in tune and so fine. Like little bitty errors just compile on top of each other. I think that's what makes pool so great. You watch the big time pros that they get out of line, and then you can almost see them focus a little bit more so that they get back in line. You know, they all have glitches. Once in a while you'll see the perfect pool, but for the most part they all have little glitches that happen in their games. The slightest get out of line, or the ball speed too slow, or they don't hit the break just right. I mean, even at the highest level. For the amateurs and the players that are just learning, think about that. Think about how imperfect the best in the world are. Go watch. You can see it. If you know what you're looking for, oh look, he didn't quite get the shape here, or how many times everybody, oh, dog's on Shane, oh, he's just not good at the Moscone Cup. There's little things that happen. Plus you throw in the factor of luck. I wish we could mic the players. This would be so much fun with the coaching rule. It would be great. Maybe we can find some sponsors, because how cool would it be to have these two mic'd right now, trying to figure out what they're talking about, what they're doing. And maybe next year I just have somebody sit over there with a microphone, and when they come back, just be like, hey, so what'd you tell them? That could be cool. What do you guys think? I'm surprised he's starting there with the ball in hand. Like, I probably would have shot the 6, then the 1, then the 7, then the 5, or the 6, the 1, the 5, draw back out of there, the 7, come back for the 8. I mean, I like the 5 for the 8, and this will work. I like the 5 for the 8, but I want an angle that brings the cue ball straight back to the 13. Like, I want to draw off the 5, and it would be perfect shape if I could draw, hit the left rail, and go straight into the 13, like solid hit the 13, pushing it away. Because I don't want to accidentally draw back and hook myself by the 13. Like if he was against the rail right now, I'd be comfortable because I know I could draw back and hit the 13, or even be to the right of the 13. That's the last thing you want, is to get hooked by that 13. And I also don't want to be real short on this, right? Like I don't want to be in the 50-yard line like he is right here. He should be okay, but I don't want to be there. Like 2 balls higher up the table would have been so much nicer and easier. But also I'm old and got tired eyes. Is that it? I believe that's it, folks. Unless I got the score wrong somewhere. Are we congratulating each other? Is it over? I think they're shaking hands. Yes, yes. I do believe Tada wins that match. What a match, guys. Both teams played pretty good. Both teams are still in the tournament. So don't go too far. In about 36 minutes, we will have a hot seat match. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back.